Welcome back, professionals. You're watching the Zero Day Labs CISSP Masterclass. Today, we're spending 15 minutes dismantling the traps that kill exam scores. The number one reason for failure isn't a lack of technical knowledge. It's the technical bias. If you think like an admin, you will fail as a manager. A manager evaluates cost. A manager evaluates liability. A manager looks at the big picture of the organization's strategic goals, not just the firewall logs. In this briefing, we'll expose the subtle wording used by examiners to trick you into technical rabbit holes. Stay focused on the business impact. Domain 1 is the most weighted domain. It's the foundation. If you don't master the managerial mindset here, you'll struggle through all 8 domains. Trap 1. Due diligence. Think of this as the research phase. It's verifying the security posture of a third party before you sign that contract. Trap 2. Due care. This is the action. It's what a prudent person would do. If you know there's a risk but do nothing, you've failed the due care test. The exam loves to mix these up in a scenario about legal liability. Remember, diligence is knowing the law, care is following it. Don't let them trick you. The ethics canons. There is a specific order of precedence. If you get a question where 2 canons conflict, always protect society and the infrastructure first. At Zero Day Labs, our adaptive engine forces you to rank these ethical canons until the order becomes second nature. It's how we ensure you own this domain. Domain 2 is about the data lifecycle. The trap here is thinking about the server instead of the data sitting on it. You protect the asset, not the box. Don't confuse military labels with private sector labels. If the question is about a hospital, don't look for top secret. Look for proprietary or confidential. Privacy is not just security. Security is the how. Privacy is the right. The exam will ask about GDPR or HIPAA. Always prioritize the individual's rights. When data dies, how do you kill it? Clearing is soft, purging is hard. If the drive is leaving the facility, you need purging or physical destruction. No exceptions. Domain 3 is where most people get bogged down in the math. Stop. You don't need to be a cryptographer, you need to be a crypto manager. Symmetric is for speed and bulk data. Asymmetric is for key exchange and non-repudiation. If the question asks for speed, asymmetric is the wrong answer. Every time. Digital signatures provide integrity and non-repudiation. Remember, you sign with your private key. You never ever share it. The exam will try to swap the keys in the description. Security architecture isn't just one firewall, it's defense in depth. If the best answer is a single point of failure, look for an answer that describes layered controls. Network security is often the hardest domain for non-techs, but again, think about the business flow. The trap is focusing on the protocol instead of the vulnerability. TCP is the reliable handshake. UDP is fire and forget. If the scenario is real-time streaming, don't look for a 3-way handshake fix. Use UDP with management at the app layer. IPsec. AH gives you integrity. ESP gives you encryption. If the question asks for confidentiality and you choose AH, you've fallen into the trap. Always look for ESP. Our network missions at zerodaylabs.tech don't just ask you the port number. They ask you how to defend the enterprise when that port is compromised. That's real CISSP training. Domain 5 is all about IAM. The trap here is single point of failure in authentication. If you're not using MFA, you're not managing identity correctly. Biometrics. Type 1 errors are false rejects. It's an annoyance. Type 2 errors are false accepts. That's a security breach. Type 2 is always more dangerous to a manager. Federated identity. SAML is for XML-based authentication. OAuth is for authorization. Don't use OAuth when you need to prove who the user is. Use OpenID Connect for that. Domain 6 is about checking your work. The trap is blind trust. You must trust but verify. Assessments should be regular and independent. Collecting logs is easy. Reviewing them is where everyone fails. If a question asks for the most effective log strategy, the answer involves automated review and alerting, not just storage. Operations is where most of the exam questions live. The trap here is the order of operations in incident response. What do you do first? Detect, then contain. Huge trap. Evidence versus containment. As a manager, you stop the bleeding first. You contain the attack before you start your forensic investigation. The business comes first, the court case second. In BCP and DRP, there is one rule that overrides everything: human life safety. If an answer involves saving the data but risking a person, it is the wrong answer. Period. Finally, Domain 8, software security. The trap is testing at the end. You have to shift left. Security must be in the requirements phase. SAST finds bugs in the source code without running it. DAST finds them while the app is running. You need both, but SAST is where you find the most managerial flaws early. Databases. Know the ACID properties. The trap is referential integrity. It ensures that foreign keys always point to valid primary keys. Without it, your data is garbage. Use it to manage your data assets. We've covered a lot, but knowing isn't doing. At Zero Day Labs, we don't just give you the answers. We give you the scenarios that teach you how to find the answers on the exam. Exam day strategy. Don't spend 5 minutes on one question. If you don't know it, eliminate the obvious technical traps and pick the most managerial option left. Move on. Remember, the CISSP is a mile wide and an inch deep. Don't get lost in the weeds. Stay at the 30,000-foot view. That's where the manager lives. That's where you pass. Your mission starts now. Head to zerodaylabs.tech for our free diagnostic quiz and our Exam Traps Deep Dive series. Own the exam. We'll see you on the other side of certification. Train, test, certify. Know your gaps. Mission accomplished. Stay focused, stay managerial, and we'll see you in the field.